Hello everyone, it is Liam back with a new video, and this is a big old slab of cassettes and CDs that have kind of come out around the last year or so. I've had quite a few of these since probably even before Christmas last year, and I haven't even got around to showing them. Some of these are brand new releases for this year as well that have been sent or picked up. So yeah, we'll crack on. I hope everyone's well and all that jazz. So yeah, but you only care about the music, right? So the first one is a Spanish kind of death doom band that formed last year, and this is their debut demo of that year as well. This is a two-piece out of Spain, and this is a band called Rotten Cavern. So this is some very chasmic, very drenched in kind of reverb and like atmosphere, like deathy doom, where it's like it's slow but also mid-paced in some parts, but it's proper like nasty and horrible sounding, and it's atmospheric, and it's got all this kind of eeriness to it, you know. Cassette looks like that, nothing too outlandish there. And then your J card, even simpler than that. Numbered out of 100, I got number 3 out of 100, which is quite cool. Yeah. So yeah, so I discovered, I can't even remember how I discovered this band. I swear it was either from Bandcamp or something like that. I got it from the band itself. But it's just a fucking really dark and nasty. The first side of the cassette is longer than the second side, so you get a lot of empty space, which is the only annoying thing I could ever say about this. But because it's on cassette, what the hell can you do? But I think it's fantastic. It's really grim, really nasty, and if you're in the mood for something like that in the kind of death doom realm, go and give these guys a try because they're fucking good. So yeah, Rotten Cavern to start the video. Now this one was blindly sent to me from a band. I have a registered thing with a PR company that I did fucking ages ago now when I started this channel, and I forget all about it all the time, and these albums just randomly turn up on my door sometimes. And I don't have a clue where they're from. I get a little note sometimes, and this one actually did give me a note to say where it had come from. But this is a Swiss band, founded in 2013. This is only their second full length for 2025. Now this is completely new to me, and it is in a style that I'll hopefully give it justice because it was completely new. So it's operatic, blackened death metal. Now that can go anywhere really. I mean, I've got lots of bands back there and here and over there, like with operatic vocals, where it's a death doom or it's a black metal or it's something like that, you know. So that wasn't really a shock to me, and I had no idea who these guys were. So this band is called, I have to try and pronounce it right, Kerberos. Now the album's called Apostle to the Malevolent, and this was I think a self-release. I'm not sure it was actually put on a label or not. I can't tell you. It doesn't actually say anything on there. But when I looked at that, I was kind of in the ballpark of either like power metal or something like that. I don't know, because I get random ones sent to me sometimes and I just can't review them because I just have no like kind of tie to it in any way. But this, when I actually listen to it, I've listened to it several times now, it's got a very much a Cradle of Filth vibe, like modern day Cradle of Filth. So it's got very, very technical guitar playing on it, which is wicked. Like they're very, very good musicians on this, like really good, like very, very technical. You've also got female vocals and a kind of blackened, growly death metal style as well. The operatic female vocals obviously take it to that kind of Cradle of Filth realm for me. And musically, how they're structured as well, they do sound a lot like modern day Cradle of Filth, because obviously they now have pretty much multi-instrument, what's the word I'm looking for, like very, very good musicians as well, like very technical guitar playing. The riffs are very melodic, very, very not easy to learn, you know. They're not the old style Cradle of Filth at all, whereas this is what that sounds like to me. It's very much, I've been on a Cradle of Filth binge recently. I don't know why, but I decided I like Cradle of Filth all of a sudden, so I've been picking up all their albums really cheap. So when I heard this, it instantly reminded me of them. Obviously they're not the same, there's no Danny like high-pitched screams or anything like that. There's obviously operatic vocals, but it has that kind of Cradle of Filth undertone to it. So if you like that kind of thing, I will leave a link below and you can go support the band. But this actually surprised me a lot. It's very, very good. It's very to the point. There's no fluffiness to it. It's very much a very solid back-to-back album. Musically, they've thought about all their songs, and the guitarist, everything, solos, the whole lot sounds mint. So go give them a go and see what you think, and let me know in the comments. So yeah, Kerberos, we'll go with that. So yeah, wicked little band I discovered recently. Now this one, again, totally new to me, and the only reason I picked it up is purely on this one was because of the artwork. and then I kind of went from there. So the band in question is called Glassbone. And now if you recognise that kind of art style, this is from Paolo Gerardi, an Italian oil painter who does all these wicked death metal album covers. And that is the main reason I actually even picked this up in the first place, because I saw the cover, knew who it was straight away, love his work, pretty much back around this whole room there's dotted of albums of his everywhere that he's done. And then I checked the band out online just to make sure 100% I was going to like it. These guys are a French band that have been around since 2021. This is their debut EP for 2024. And their style has changed quite a bit from what I listened to of the earlier stuff compared to this. So this is a kind of hardcore death metal hybrid. I think the guitar is the HM2 kind of guitar pedal with the fuzziness to it. It's got that kind of vibe to it anyway, and it has a lot of fuzz to it, a lot of grit. It's very raw, and the snare on this as well, I won't compare it to Saint Anger, but it has that kind of twang to it, but it doesn't sound shit, if that makes any sense. It probably might to some people if you like a snare sound a certain way, but this has kind of a rawness to it, especially like with the guitar stuff as well. It's got that kind of raw fuzziness, but it's got some really brutal breakdowns, very chunky guitar riffs. There are solos in here as well, and it's an interesting concept. I mean, it was put out through Iron Fortress Records, which was another reason why I wanted it, because I knew it was going to be good. It's kind of like a duck egg blue shell. And Iron Fortress has been pumping out tons and tons of new bands recently that are brilliant. So I kind of knew I was going to, like, you know what I was getting into. And then I saw the photo with the Deicide hoodie. You know, I thought, okay, I'm all right with that. Logo looks cool as well. And these guys bring it, you know, they really do. It's really heavy, chunky, not my go-to style death metal, I will grant it that. You know, I like my mid-paced kind of 90s death metal more than anything else. But that was a nice little treat. So yeah, Glassbone with Death to Suffering out on Iron Fortress, so go pick that up. Right, next is this one here. Yeah, this one. So this is a Spanish these are Turkish, sorry. No, they are Spanish, sorry, they are Spanish. There's two Spanish bands in this video. So this band I've been aware of for a long time. So this is Golgotha with Spreading the Wings of Hope. This came out last year in 2024 through Ardua Music, and I had this since last year. I've had this for absolutely ages, since it pretty much came out. So these are a death doom band out of Spain. Like I say, they've been around since 1992, so they've done their time and put out loads of different releases, gone on hiatus, just started up again, and I think there's only one original member now of this band, and there they are there. So this is death doom, more in the kind of female vocals are kind of the centerpiece of it, with death growls mixed into there, lots and lots of melody, kind of in the vein of Draconian, that kind of vibe, but maybe a bit more upbeat than them, if you know that Swedish band. But they're very, very solid. Their early stuff I absolutely love, and I keep meaning to pick it up. You can get it, little digipack there like that. But this is cool. It's got very, very heavy melodies, so it's like, you know, very like kind of humming like melody guitar riffs. Female vocals don't go too much in style, they kind of sit in the same ballpark, and then the death growl and growls are kind of like a blackened kind of vibe to them as well. But really, really solid release. It's very, very much a modern sounding production as well. It doesn't sound anything like an old 90s band at all. So yeah, if you haven't checked that out, go give that a razz as well. I'll leave a link below, see what you think. Well, now this one I've been blasting since it came out in the gym. Loads, and it nearly featured on a year-end video. I swear it would have been on there if I had got it at the right time. I think I got this early December by memory. So this is the band Gutless with High Impact Violence. This is Australia's finest right here, like proper, extreme, to the fucking point, no nonsense death metal. It's raw, it's aggressive. The drumming on it is absolutely insane, and that's what kind of makes it really fun for me, this album. The guitar riffs are kind of repetitive in some sections, and they kind of, lots of the songs kind of merge into one almost at some points anyway. Still love it to death, and I've listened to this a lot. This is my go-to like kind of cross-trainer album if I want to go fucking full for leather, you know. Put out through Misako and Oho on vinyl. I think there's a CD, Dark Descent, as is this cassette here that I grabbed. Shell looks like that. I have their previous EP, I think it was, because they've been around not too long. 2018, yeah, this is only their debut full length from 2024. But their EP was so good, like really, really fun. So as soon as I heard they were doing it, I kind of might upgrade this to the old wax variant. We might see. But at the time, you know, Christmas presents were, you know, being bought, and I really wanted this album, so I had to sort myself out a cassette. And I love it, honestly. I've streamed this album, I can't tell you how many times. Like I say, I use this every other week, if not every week. And it's fucking good fun, you know. Brutal, blasty, pinch harmonics, screeches, wanky solos. It has it all. So yeah, Gutless, fucking fantastic band. Now, this one, probably none of you may have heard this one. I might be wrong though. So I can't even tell you. I swear someone in the comment section of a video of mine recommended this band to me, and they were spot on. This is really mine. This is more kind of like doomy. Yeah, it's doom metal. There's no death metal to it at all. It's a Finnish band, and I'm going to try and pronounce it Sarajah, something like that. You'll be here as you see this. So this is like a nautical themed album, like about boats and shit like that, and ships and sailing and crap. I know nothing about sailing, as you probably gathered. Put out through Golgotha Records in 2024. This is, if you're a fan of like the band Trouble and that kind of hard groove doom where it's like centered on the big riffs, you know, hi-hat riding, like drumming and that kind of thing. It has all that, you know, really, really catchy. I love this album. It's so good. Like, since someone recommended it to me, I've been listening to this on and off since, I can't even tell you how many months I've had this now. A good while. So the best song in here is Long Riders, all day long. There's no messing about. It's to the point. It's chunky. It's heavy, and then it has a kind of like a solo bit at the end, and then it goes back into being heavy again. You know, there's some slow doomy numbers. But like I say, if you're a fan of Trouble and that kind of style of doom where it's centered on groove and chunky guitar riffs, these boys will do the trick. The vocals are kind of a unique sound as well. They're clean vocals. There's no growls or anything like that, but it's just solid doom in a kind of Finnish style, if that makes any sense. So yeah, they've been around since 2010, but for some reason that is their debut from last year. Apparently they were a one-man band who did Shades of Deep Water, if you know that band, which I have one of their releases somewhere that Roger sorted me out a little while ago. So yeah, it's centered around him as well. So yeah, fucking good stuff if you want some doom in your life, as we all do. Now, next two are by the same person but different projects. You might have guessed this already. So the first one, the only way I can describe this, it sounds disgusting, and the best way I can like break it down for me was, you know, when you're married and your wife uses the shower and you see those clumps of hair everywhere after she's washed her hair. From my experience anyway, it's fucking horrible. And this sums up that style perfectly in my head of what nastiness this brings. So the band is Caustic Flem with their debut full-length Purulent Apocalypse or Purulent Apocalypse, put out through Hell's Headbangers. Is it this year? It is this year, 2025. Yeah, wow. I feel like I've had this for ages as well, but I really haven't. But this is, I've listened to this loads, that's probably what it is. So this comes out in a green shell like that. There is a vinyl version. I'm not sure about CD, but I know vinyl does exist. And it was put out and done, all as a one-man project from my mate up in Scotland, Evan, who has been a supporter of this channel on many, many channels that support underground music for quite a few years. He's a top dude. Bit of a vampire though in my eyes. I've never seen him in the flesh, but he always kind of gives off like I'm a vampire vibe. Maybe he is, I don't know, who knows. But anyway, he pumps out some ridiculously heavy music. This is HM2, filthy, it's brutally horrible, it's disgusting, but also really catchy and really riffy death metal. And I love that artwork. I must pick that up on a t-shirt because I know he's got them. I'm probably not in my size anymore, but we'll find out. But I can't get enough of this. This is so good. I have the EP up there on my cassette rack, and I've listened to that on and off, and that was really nasty, but quite raw. You know, so it wasn't one I go to a lot. But this is really accessible for me. It is disgusting, and it's got some weird kind of horror 80s kind of synth sounds, which I quite like. I really do. It kind of breaks up the songs and it makes them even more memorable for me. and I really enjoyed this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this features at the end of the year when I do a video about, you know, what albums I've enjoyed, because this is just so easy to get into. It's just so fucking heavy. So yeah, Costic Flem. But not only that, the reason I even know Evan is because of this band. So yonks ago, I mean we're talking ages ago, when Ken's Death Metal Crypt was doing his YouTube thing and he was pumping out loads of little projects, he recommended this band EP, which I've never been able to get hold of, and then I've supported the band ever since, and that is Chestcrush, which is also done by Evan, but this one also has guest musicians that included to make it kind of like a more of a band and then not just him. So I don't even know what this album's called. It's called that, which I know means something because he's a clever chap. And I think it's a Black Death Metal Chaos, it says on the back there. Comes in this little slipcase. There is a vinyl version of this as well, again, which I probably should grab. But because I had all the Chestcrush releases on cassette, my OCD said I need to have it on cassette. The actual album cover looks like that, I believe. And this is mental. I mean, this is seriously mental. All his stuff is mental, to be fair. Again, really thick. I mean, this ups the ante from the last releases like by quite a bit. This is fucking full on, and I think it's down to the musicians he's picked. So this one features a drummer from Australia called Robin Stone, and I've seen he's done Cult something or other I've got back there of another UK band that used him on their album. So he's essentially like a gun for hire drummer from, you know, does albums all around the world from his home studio, and the drumming on this is mental, like proper like mental. He's an amazing drummer. But the vocalist, I never heard of him. He was a Finnish bloke called Topias Jokki or something like that. Butchered his surname, but really good, like really guttural, and it's kind of sci-fi feel to this album as well. I'm not sure what it's about or anything like that. I recognise some of the artwork. I know that's like from Cyanide or whatever the artwork for that is, but this again, another really solid release, and I wouldn't be surprised if I show this later on in like December, because this is brutal, like really brutal, really fun, really heavy. Sounds really modern as well compared to Caustic Flem. The difference with these two are night and day, which again I really like, because when you get people doing multiple projects, some of them even sound the same, which is pointless to me. Excuse me. But these two sound chalk and cheese, and I fucking love it. One's filthy and horrible, one's brutally fucking heavy. So yeah, go support them both. Links are below. I'm gonna have a beer because I've like lost my voice nearly. Probably won't help, but it's Saturday and I want beer. Right, next one is an old release put out through Cavern Records. This is an older version of a cassette they used to do. They used to do cassettes quite a lot. I don't think they do many anymore. Chris at Cavern is like a UK guy. Spoken about him 100 times on his channel. Put out music for my band. He's a fucking gent. Really good guy. Proper legend of the scene. And I found this on Discogs and I didn't realise he'd put out this. This is called Drenched. Self-titled little release that came out in I think 2017. Yeah, debut EP. Now Drenched, if you don't know, is a US death metal band which is founded by a guy called Dylan Jones, who did Rotted, if you remember that album that came out a few years ago. That guy there. So it's like mid-paced doomy death metal, proper chunky, proper heavy. Cassette looks like that, and it's a cavernous release. Now I've got dozens of cavernous records, so when I saw this I had to have it, as my OCD dictated that. But there you go, J card looks kind of like that. There is Dylan there, and I was so happy to get this because it sounds fucking the tits. It's proper heavy, proper nasty, and I've no idea if Chris even has anything like that. It also features a Cyanide cover on here, which just kind of makes sense because I know that part of the world, they all love Cyanide over there. Where was he based? I didn't write it down, did I? Oh yeah, Illinois. So yeah, kind of makes sense, Chicago. So yeah, Drenched. Go give that a razz if you can find it, because that is fucking superb. And if you like your Cavernous records and you haven't got all the releases like me, go find it, because it was well worth having in the collection. Now, sticking with the cassettes, we'll go with these ones next. So this is a new album again for 2025 from a musician that puts out at least, I don't know, 5 different releases every year. I mean, the man just should probably learn to watch Babe Station more and stick to his bedroom instead of playing guitar all the time. So this is Ryan Wheels of 7 Doors. Ryan's in, oh, I don't even know anymore. There's so many projects he's in, like Grave Ghoul, fucking, there's a Halloween theme one, there's a synth one he does, there's too much, but annoyingly it's also really, really good, so I have to have it. And he always Facebooks me to say, oh, do you want a copy? And I'm never going to say no, which is really annoying because I want it all, you know, because it sounds great. So this is on Iron Fortress Records, as are his Grave Ghoul releases. I think they were Dismal Fate actually. But you know, Ryan does his homework. You know, he's a fucking good guitar player, and he can learn other people's songs annoyingly really easily. He's just a really talented dude. So when he's putting out death metal, it's going to be good. Shell looks like that. But with this one, I will say it's probably his best work he's ever done. Like, I did enjoy, I think it was the second Grave Ghoul album a lot. And the last 7 Doors album was really good as well, like really riffy, really chunky. There's a few standout tracks on it. This one I liked from start to finish, like it was flawless for me. There is the beast in question, looking all majestic in a graveyard, because he likes to do that. Not sure if he's into dogging or not, we'll never know. But it's just fucking brutally heavy, and like, because he does it all himself as well, like I don't think there's a guest drummer in it, I think it's all programmed. Yeah, it's just fucking heavy. And another 2025 release. I mean, I've noticed the other day when I was talking to someone that all my 2025 releases are mainly UK based bands, which is really unusual, so I need to change it up a bit, I think, and shop us overseas a little bit more. But I can't say anything that will put anyone off this. This is, if you like death metal, go grab this now. Bandcamp links below. There is a CD version as well. And I know some people were lucky enough to get those VHS special horror theme looking version, which looks really cool, done out through Iron Fortress. So yeah, fucking legend that is Ryan, doing more fucking heavy tunes. Now, it wouldn't be a death metal kind of video theme without a Scottish band, and it's annoyingly another Glasgow based death metal band. None of them know how to do anything else apart from death metal, and annoyingly again it's all really good. So this is a new super group, as it were, called Abysmal Decay, with their 2-track demo for 2025. Now, why I call it a super group, because if you're knowledgeable of the underground Scottish death metal scene, you know all the boys in this band have done something really cool, and now they've come together. They're now doing something really cool, and like, it sounds brilliant. So this features, I'm gonna get this right. So we've got, I know Davey Boy, who was original guitarist in Coffin Mulch. He's been in Brain Bath. He's been in Grave Ghoul Live. I think Gouger is another one of his. There's a fuckload more up there. I've got one that starts with E. I think Enwrench or something like that. He's in everything, and he does the vocals and the drums, and the vocals sound really cool. I can detect a lot of Autopsy worship on this. But not only that, you've then got chap called George on bass, who was in Blistering Rot, and Tim Voss, if you know them. I think George was the main vocalist of Tim Voss. Fantastic band as well, Tim Voss. That was an amazing album that came out a few years ago. Then you've got Diego on guitar, who's a Brazilian chap now, lives in Scotland, and he's in Murder Worship. He's also the bass player in Brain Bath now, so he's a fucking top dog as well. And then they finish it off with Kieran, who's the other guitarist in Rancid Cadaver, who put out a really good album this year as well. So you've got all them lads doing like this kind of Autopsy-esque, kind of brutally nasty death metal. Shell looks like that. This is now sold out, so I reckon if you pester the band enough, they will repress it. I'm sure of that. I might be wrong though, but you never know. But there they are, there, look, you know, doing the old hair over the eyes thing, looking at the floor, because one of them's dropped something. But yeah, I mean, it's fucking, as soon as I even heard they were doing it, I was like, yep, I'm all in, and I was lucky enough to score a copy, thanks to old Davey Boy himself helping me out. But I mean, I knew it was going to be good, and it's good. It's annoyingly good. Like, it's slow in some parts, it's got these eerie solos, vocals sound great, drumming sounds great, everything sounds great, how it should, you know, in the style that it is. It's filthy, it's horrible, it's fucking superb. So yeah, Abysmal Decay, I can't rate that highly enough. That does everything you want in filthy, horrible death metal, if that makes any sense. Now what have we got here? So this one is another random one that I picked up, just purely because of the pedigree of the band. This is a Chilean death metal band. This came out in Iron Bonehead a little while ago. So this came out in 2013, and it's a demo from a band called Ancient Crips. That's right. So this, the only reason I picked this up, if you know the death metal band Suppression out of Chile, or Chile, however you want to say it, it's that one with the kind of head on it, the cover. That was a fucking phenomenal death metal album. Two of the boys from that band are in this band, and it's so similar in style. Fucking groovy, brutally heavy death metal blasts. Chilean death metal bands, they always get it right. I don't think there's one out there I don't like. They're all on point. They all share various members from other bands in the scene, and it's just fucking superb. And there's the J card. So if you haven't got this and you love your Chilean death metal and you're a bit of a collector like me for like certain countries and certain styles, this is well worth hunting down. I mean, I didn't pay a lot of money for this at all. I found it on Discogs. So if you can find it, I'd just buy it straight away. I don't know what other versions. If it's Iron Bonehead, I'm guessing there must be a CD or a vinyl of this. Must be. But can't recommend this enough. If you love your Chilean death metal, this is a must. So yeah, Ancient Crips, well happy to find that. That was just a blind buy, purely on the pedigree of the band. Now, this is another 2024 album that I listened to quite a lot towards the end of that year, but I already made my mind up of what albums I really liked, and this one just didn't kind of sink in at that point. But this one's been a slow burner. What we're in now, nearly May now of 2025, and I'm now finally talking about it. Now, I can't pronounce it, but I think it's Marche Funebre, something like that. This is a Belgian death doom band that have been around for a little while. They formed back in 2008, something like that. I've been around a while. This is their 5th studio album from 2024, put out through Sarajah Music. Now, this is very much melodic death doom with the kind of high-end production. It's crisp, it's clear, got lots of clean bits in there, lots of melody, but you also got nice death metal growls. It's got a blackened edge to it. Their album, I don't know what it's called, but their cover art shows like someone covered over with a sheet. That was brilliant, and that was the only reason I ever got into this band. And an album I still haven't picked up yet, annoyingly. But this one, I kind of blindly bought it because I knew the band, I knew it was a good pedigree. Again, you know, death doom, what's not to like, and it's a fantastic label that puts out lots of good death doom. So yeah, go check out this one if you haven't. Marche Funebre, very much the high end kind of almost Paradise Lost-esque, kind of modern day Paradise Lost, but more darker, more their own style. Obviously they've been around a long time, because 2008 in my head isn't a long time, but it actually really is now, isn't it? So yeah, Marche, however you say that, but really good Belgian death doom. Nearly there. I just needed to show you all these because these are great. So this one, again, everyone spoke about this last year. I'm totally late to the party, and I've had this a little while now. It's fucking awesome, isn't it? So this is Stenched with Purulence gushing from the coffin. This is the Extremely Rotten Productions cassette version, but this was actually put out for Misako No on vinyl and CD. Cassette looks very much like an Extremely Rotten Productions CD, cassette even. So this is actually a one-man band out of Mexico, formed in 2023. He does everything on this. Everything. Which is mental. It's mental how good this is. Brutally groovy. Fantastic production. It's got a really nasty rawness to it. And it just sounds the fucking tits. It really does. I can't stress enough, again, how good this is. And again, it's a one-man project. I don't know how they do it. I really don't know. I'm so untalented when it comes to shit like this, and I'm in a band. I've been in a band over 10 years now. It's fucking stupid, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. Stenched. Really fucking good, but everyone knows about this, so, you know, I'm late to the party. And now, this one. Another one I wanted for ages and I never got around to it, and then I found it really cheap and jumped on it instantly. This is Italian's Dead Chasm with Sublimis Igontum Omni, some Latin named album. So this is from 2023. Band formed in 2010. No, it didn't. 2020, sorry. And it's just really good mid-paced death metal with a kind of doomy death edge to it. This is a lot quicker than their previous EP, and I believe already in 2025 there is a new EP coming from this band, if not already out now. So, coincidence I'm showing it? Maybe. I only found out about that a couple of days ago when I started doing the notes for this. But this is fucking great. Really, really chunky, really heavy. And, you know, they bring it. They really do bring it. So if you haven't checked that out, go. And last is a Death Doom project that most people again have spoken about. This came out in 2024. It's the second EP from them. Another Spanish band. I thought there was two, but it was three. This is Trollcave with Aberration of the Abyssal Trespasser. Put out through, I think, Gurgling Gore, Misako and Oa again. Fucking great. Cassette looks like that. So Trollcave are some Spanish doom. They are more doom death. This is very, very slow, very, very primitive. Now, this fella over here and this lass here, I've actually met in the flesh. I've actually gigged with these two. More him over here. So this is a project by Mark Rodriguez. This is Mark here. He's a drummer and a beast of a drummer as well. I met him when he played in the band Jade, but he's also done what's his Calderum black metal band that he's in or does. That's again one man project of his. Sanctuarium, his own death metal project, which is again all him, and that's also fucking brutal. Well, this features his girlfriend Marta, and then the vocalist, I can never remember his name, but he does all the kind of like live vocals. I think they even have a second guitar player now, but I might be wrong. But this was a surprise because I have the previous effort there, and I think a CD as well of that album, and this EP is a lot slower than both of those. It's very much more an atmospheric kind of chasmic kind of almost like disembowelment to a point style, and it's fucking brutally heavy, which really surprised me. But yeah, I know most of you already checked that out, but if you haven't, I strongly recommend it. So yeah, that is the end of the video. I don't want to drone on too much longer because I'm losing my voice. But again, massive stack of stuff there. If you haven't checked out, I'll leave links below. If you are new to the channel and want to subscribe, I will pimp out my content around my head for you guys to check out. I have added a new logo using AI, I'm aware of that, but it's easier to do it for free, isn't it, than pay a proper artist to do it when you only do this as like a cheap hobby. You'll never see me do t-shirts and shit like that, put it this way. It's just talk about the music, you go support the bands, don't worry about me. So in the meantime, take care, you're all legends. I will look forward to speaking to you in the comment section. Cheers.